yesterday's sentencing. Good morning.
Good morning. The judge also designated Sean Roby as a sex offender for the rest of his life. Pensacola police arrested Roby in August of 2024. In Sean Roby's court hearing, the victim requested Roby's bond be set high. Weeks later, the case expanded. Roby was booked again on 29 new charges involving video voyeurism and child pornography. He was accused of secretly filming a nude 17-year-old in 2019. Investigators recovered the video on his laptop.
Essentially what this defendant was doing and what people do when they're participating in video voyeurism, they're recording someone without their knowledge, typically while they're dressing or undressing in a place where that individual believes they had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
In addition to 14 years in state prison, Roby will be placed on 3 years of supervised probation when he's released. We reached out to Escambia County Public Schools. A spokesperson told us we do not have any comment on this subject. Laura, Jared?
All right, a man with warrants out for his arrest, a number of them, was arrested in Atmore, this after a police chase.
Yeah, police say undercover officers saw 47-year-old Michael Darnell Pleasant outside a Dollar General in Atmore. Pleasant had several active Alabama warrants, including felony attempting to elude law enforcement and intent to distribute a controlled substance.
Police say he also had multiple outstanding Florida warrants. When marked patrol units arrived as backup, they say Pleasant took off.
Officers followed. They finally called off the chase near the Alabama-Florida line. Later on, Pleasant's car was found after a crash off of Highway 97 in Davisville.
He was arrested at the scene. Pleasant is now in the Escambia County Jail. No bond, awaiting extradition to Alabama. Police in Atmore expect more charges for yesterday's incidents.
2 minutes after 7 o'clock, a little bit of a break in our weather pattern, perhaps at least. In addition to the heat, we've got some raindrops.
Yeah, a little bit of some rain that we're going to be seeing as we head into your morning. We'll have an increase in rain chance heading into the end of the week. So that's going to help us out a little bit with our heat. We're seeing still a heat advisory in place with heat index values up to 110 today, but we're avoiding that extreme heat warning. We're no longer seeing that because we should see temperatures not get as high as that 113-degree mark. As for your temperatures right now, we do have 70s and 80s. Still hot. As we head into your afternoon, we'll heat up quickly. We could see those heat index values up to 110, and then you'll have the rain start to move in. We already have a few little showers that we are tracking closer towards Pace and Milton is where we have a little bit of that rain, but it does look very isolated and light, so it's not going to be a heavy shower for you, at least this morning. Rain chances will increase as you head into your afternoon. We're expecting a bit of a higher rain chance going through those afternoon hours. Temperatures staying hot in the 90s, and it is going to be feeling more like the triple digits, more like about 110. The rain chance is what's going to be helping you out quite a bit.
Checking out that Thursday morning drive as we look live across the 3 Mile Bridge. We still got light traffic. Right now it is 3 minutes after 7 o'clock.
Tensley Grain. It's a local feed store. Grain elevator as well was heavily damaged in a fire. It happened Tuesday evening.
Workers there say they have been in the place for generations and they intend to stay, but it could take some time to rebuild. Here's the damage. The office building and warehouse were destroyed and also lost in the fire bags of feed and supplies.
Firefighters from multiple departments saved a nearby building. It took crews a little more than an hour to get things under control. Nobody was hurt. The Florida Bureau of Fire and Arson is, however, investigating.
And the owner tells us they do expect to resume bulk grain sales as soon as their scale system is approved by a technician. And she also shared a statement saying in part, quote, "While we've suffered a significant loss, Tensley Grain is still here and we're committed to serving our community. We are already working on the next steps to get operations back up and running."
Full statement available at WEARTV.com.
Florida's K-12 students will return to the classroom this year with a new social studies topic.
All public schools are implementing the new lesson plan teaching the history of communism and its negative impacts. That includes Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa, of course. The state says the goal is to give students a better understanding of the history and the resurgence of communist ideology in some parts of the world, including here.
Escambia County School Board member Paul Fetzko says this is not the first time that Florida has required students to learn about communism.
There was an Americanism versus communism course that was a semester course that was required of all seniors. And as the standards and benchmarks have changed, things either get assumed into other courses or they are taken away because something else becomes a more pressing topic.
The new state standard does require middle and high school students to study how communist regimes have been linked to poverty, famine, political repression, and violence. Also requires at least 45 minutes of instruction each year on Victims of Communist Remembrance Day. That happens on November the 7th.
About 300 people commenting on our social media about these new standards. Let's start with Wes. He says it shouldn't have ever stopped being taught. The kids today need to understand that nothing is free.
Sabrina writes, I would like to see first what would be taught. Parents need to find out and make sure they get what's right and not indoctrination.
Cynthia says, OMG, I was in school in South Florida in the mid-70s. I had to take a communism course, but it was a real threat. Today, are you kidding?
Love to know what you think. Scan the QR on your screen, answer the question. Should Florida public schools be required to teach the history of communist governments as part of the K-12 curriculum? We'll share all the results tomorrow.
All right, the 2026 Blue Angels Homecoming Air Show tickets go on sale today.
The show, November 6 and 7. Of course, general admission and parking are absolutely positively free. Box seating will cost you $50 a chair. Now, the base is also offering Flightline Chalet seating. Now, that's $300 a table of 2, $600 for a table of 4.
You get catered food with that one, as well as unlimited water and soda. So for more information, just head to WEARTV.com. We have it all for you.
Love to see what's happening in your world via Chime In. Pictures and videos are certainly welcome. Go to our website, WEARTV.com, and chime in.
Stay with us on The Morning Current. We look into the case of a teenager who says he was kicked and stomped by his classmates at a Pennsylvania high school. And now 10 people, coaches and students, are facing criminal charges.
Dr. Anthony Fauci invoking the Fifth Amendment time and time and time again. This may put him in some legal trouble. We'll explain.
7 minutes after 7 o'clock.
I'm
Lucky
ready.
Sevens. She's ready for a coffee break.
I am.
Do it.
Ooh.
The death toll in that earthquake in Japan now stands at 25 people.
7.1 quake hit Tuesday, toppling buildings, split open streets. Most of the fatalities are at a paper mill and a shopping mall. Both had major damage. 9
more deaths right now are being investigated to see if they are linked to the quake. Search and rescue efforts are continuing. The small city of Yatsushiro is still without electricity and running water, and officials say, along with the heat, that's making recovery efforts rather difficult.
4 former football coaches and 6 players at a Pennsylvania high school are facing criminal charges related to hazing.
This happened at Cheltenham High School. Investigators claimed several members of the team assaulted a 15-year-old sophomore last year, and they say the coaches kept quiet after the victim reported a second incident.
Prosecutors also say the first incidents were caught on camera, showing players restraining the victim while another poked him with a broomstick. They say he was kicked and stomped in the head and groin.
The grand jury indicted the suspects after a lengthy investigation. The coaches are charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Charges against the students include aggravated assault, hazing, and perjury.
Did you hear about this? Oscar-winning actor, musician Jared Leto responding to allegations of sexual misconduct.
Yeah, 10 women spoke to the BBC for a documentary called Jared Leto, Hollywood's Dark Secret. 4 of these women say they were teenagers when they met him. He was in his 30s and 40s at that time.
One woman claiming Leto sexually assaulted her when she was 17 after he approached her at a Las Vegas mall where she worked and kissed her.
Another woman claims he knew she was underage and they had sex when she was 17. Others claim he groomed them as young girls, making sexually explicit phone calls.
Leto denying the allegations, saying, quote, "I have never sexually assaulted anyone in my entire life. These claims are absolutely and categorically false," unquote.
Now, last year, there was a separate report that included allegations from 9 women who claimed Leto sexually was inappropriate with them. He also denied those claims.
Today, the father of the teenager sentenced to life in prison for a deadly school shooting in Georgia will find out what he is going to be happening next.
Colin Gray is the father of Colt Gray, who killed 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachia High School in 2024. Yesterday, Colt Gray was handed a life sentence without parole.
Colin Gray was convicted of more than 24 charges, including second-degree murder. He admitted to buying his son the rifle used in the attack. Also knew his son was obsessed with mass shooters, had a shrine to Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz in his bedroom.
Now Colin Gray faces more than 100 years in prison.
All right, Republican senators plan to hold a vote next week on holding Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress.
Fauci testified before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee yesterday. He was questioned about his role in the government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and whether he misled the American people.
He declined to answer any questions, invoking his Fifth Amendment rights repeatedly at the advice of his attorney. In his opening statement, Fauci said Senator Rand Paul has an obsession with calling for his prosecution.
The only conclusion I can reach is that the sole reason he is calling me before this committee is to get me to say something, anything, that could vindicate his repeated public pledges that I end up, in his words, quote, behind bars, unquote.
The committee will have to consider, after this hearing, what appropriate action should be taken against you for the failure to testify after being directed to do so. It's against the law to obstruct an investigation of Congress. There will be repercussions to your refusal to testify today.
Senator Paul has long argued Fauci should shoulder the blame for the COVID-19 pandemic and the government's response. Senator Paul also released more than 1,000 unredacted pages from Fauci's personal diary. In it, Fauci wrote about concerns about the pandemic, tension with President Trump, and the national attention he'd gained and his pleasure at being recognized on the street.
But wait, there's more. Florida's Attorney General James Uthmeier says he's launching his very own investigation into Fauci.
This was posted on social media yesterday. Here's a look. Fauci's lack of candor to Congress is unbelievable. My office is launching an investigation into Dr. Fauci. It's past time we get the truth of what happened during COVID.
Many of Fauci's pandemic responses were criticized heavily by Governor Ron DeSantis at the time. Uthmeier was his chief of staff as well then. Yesterday, the governor also posted online saying Fauci shouldn't be able to invoke the Fifth Amendment because he got a preemptive pardon from President Biden.
Governor DeSantis going on to say Fauci should be held in contempt. Uthmeier had teased about a month ago that he was, quote, losing sleep over thinking of ways to prosecute Fauci.
They say when you see it in person, it is overwhelming almost. The video and pictures don't do it justice.
So many things like that, it just doesn't capture the scope of it, really. Anyway, good morning, Grand Canyon. Looking pretty good out west. Love it. And we've got Northwest Florida with a little bit of a mixed bag as you wake up this morning.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the heat as we head into your day today. A little bit of some rain possible as well. So we are going to be watching for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Right now we are taking that live look over our Hardee's camera, looking like a lovely morning, seeing some sunshine out there. It's going to get hot today. Temperatures are going to warm up quickly into the 90s, and then as you head into your afternoon, we will start to see chances of some showers and thunderstorms. That's going to help bring those temperatures down a little bit. So actually have a little bit of relief from the heat. There's a look at your radar right now. You can see we do have a little shower that's moving through Pace, very light, but it is going to be some raindrops for you. Heading into your afternoon, look at the rain chance, pop-up showers, thunderstorms as we head into your afternoon, starting around noon, lasting into some of the evening hours. This is around 5 p.m. Now the rain is going to help us out with that heat. It should help to damp down some of those temperatures, getting them back into closer to average. It's still going to heat up ahead of that though, so still under that heat advisory. Looking at that rain chance again on Friday, it's a little bit higher. We'll have a bit more of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, and your rain chance is going to stay around as you head into your weekend. So again, helping out with the heat. We'll have showers, thunderstorms moving forward, going into your Saturday and Sunday, especially Sunday, looking like we're going to have a wet pattern in store. You can see going into that early Sunday morning, dealing with some showers and some thunderstorms. Now there is still a heat advisory. Starts at 11 a.m., goes until 7 p.m. Now we should look at those temperatures warming up, and then once that rain kicks off, that's when it will cool you off. It's really depending on where the rain is though, because there will be some of us that don't see the rain, and that's where you could get those heat index values up to about 110. So still going to be hot, so still prepare for the heat before you head out. 80s to about the mid 80s right now. We will stay around the mid 90s at the most, low 90s along the coastline, so a little bit of an improvement there, but it is going to feel like the 100s. Anywhere from 100 to about 110 is what it'll feel like for your afternoon. Going into the evening, feeling more like the 90s and the 80s. Now tomorrow, we'll still have those triple-digit heat index values, but it is going to be slightly less than what we had yesterday, what we're expecting today, up to about 105 it looks like. So there's a chance we could avoid the heat advisories going into the end of the week and the weekend, all thanks to the rain. Quick look at the tropics. Things are looking nice and quiet. We're not expecting any tropical activity as we head into your next 7 days. And we are going to be looking at some lovely weather for today with some heat. It's still going to be heating up, getting into the low to mid 90s. We're looking at about a 50% chance of rain for today, keeping your rain chances at about a 70 to 90% chance of rain heading into your weekend. We'll still have rain hanging around for the beginning of next week. Temperatures are going to stay a little bit cooler because of that.
If you're headed out on the road, here's a quick check of your conditions at 719. 110 in Tahar, still showing us light traffic. Just be careful out there.
Always back in the news, Joe Exotic. You've heard, you've seen the tigers and animals, but have you heard his music? If you're interested in, well, there's a little something going on that may net you some money. Well, in the end, it's just a movie. But the scholar behind a popular translation of the Odyssey is not happy with Christopher Nolan's movie at all.
Somebody asked her what she thought, and she let loose. Her name is Emily Wilson, and she published her translation of Homer's epic in 2017. She's a classics scholar at the University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Nolan says he was inspired by her translation, and here's the quote that sums up how she feels. Quote, "It lacks psychological, emotional, political, and ethical depth. Its narrative structure is gimmicky. The writing is abysmal. None of the characters has convincing motivation for their actions or words. There are no sex scenes, and all food looks horrible."
Wow. She went on to say the movie features Nolan's, quote, "usual combination of grandiosity and superficiality."
Ouch, ouch, ouch. I'm hurting, and I'm not even him. She says she would be ashamed to have had a part in writing the script. By the way, Wilson's translation of the Odyssey took her 6 years to complete, and it was the first complete translation by a woman.
A lot of people think it's great using simple, direct, and modern English in a line-for-line translation of the original text. Her comments are not hurting the movie, of course. Greg, how much? 652 million globally. I'm sure Mr. Nolan doesn't care.
Yeah, right.
It's a movie, right?
It's a movie.
How about this? Joe Exotic. It's been so long since we heard from the Tiger King.
Oh, but now.
I feel like we hear from him way too much. Anyways, his fame needs help paying his attorney fees, and he's turning to his own music.
Who knew? Joseph Maldonado posted online he is selling his music to cover his legal fees. What music, you may ask? Why, there's a whole catalog for $50,000 for individual songs, or the best offer for all of them.
Now he says the royalties paid 36 grand over the last 5 years.
Oh my gosh, he says, yeah, it's the last asset he actually owns.
Yeah, the songs include "I Saw a Tiger" and "Here Kitty Kitty."
Classic.
You got to, right? He is serving a 20-year sentence in the murder for hire plot targeting his big cat rival, Carol Baskins. He was arrested in 2017 in Gulf Breeze.
He is actively still and forevermore, no doubt, seeking a pardon from the President of these United States.
Well, we didn't know the artistry of "Here Kitty Kitty." I'm sure the president's going to change his mind now.
I would
Making
think.
some
Oh my
decent money.
gosh. Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Good morning, and thank you to Bree Murdoch. This is entitled simply "Last Night's Moon."
What a great photo.
No kidding.
And this one's from Gary Adams. "I've had this bottle of Coke for 40 years. It says the 75th year of naval aviation." I wonder what it tastes like.
Well, let's get the bottle opener, Gary. Give it a taste.
Gary, your bottle is safe with me. These two I don't know.
Poland speaking out after a missile crashed into a Polish field overnight. Big old crater. Where did that missile come from?
7:28 now. The U.S. carried out new strikes against Iran this morning.
In response to Iranian strikes targeting U.S. military bases in the Middle East, Central Command says they hit dozens of military command centers, missile and drone facilities, and surveillance sites. Happened in the course of about 3 hours.
Meanwhile, Jordan says it shot down 5 missiles fired from Iran. And at the same time, Pakistan says talks are continuing between the U.S. and Iran, focused particularly on the Strait of Hormuz.
In Poland, they say a Russian cruise missile violated their airspace and crashed into a field.
It happened during some overnight Russian airstrikes on Ukraine. Officials scrambled fighter jets trying to secure the airspace after it happened.
They say they found a 33-foot crater and debris where it hit. People reported hearing an explosion. Prime Minister says he's in contact with NATO command and other European leaders, says they all stand ready to help if needed.
In Ukraine, President Zelensky says several people died in the Russian strikes, and he blames delayed air defense systems.
Let's talk about your money. Federal Reserve holding interest rates steady as there's more uncertainty about the war and more.
Yeah, the market's been having a tough time since the fighting resumed in the Middle East. Oil prices up, stock prices down, and this all has to do with increasing fears of inflation. The Fed's target rate still 2%. Right now we're sitting at 3.5%, and nobody thinks that's coming down soon. That means a lot of people think a rate increase could be coming in September.
The president is now suggesting a personal grudge may be why Senator John Cornyn is withholding his support for Todd Blanche's nomination as a permanent attorney general.
Last night, Republicans in the Senate postponed a critical vote around his nomination. Senators Cornyn and Thom Tillis had threatened to derail that appointment. Cornyn is demanding written assurances that a proposed anti-weaponization fund is really dead and that presidents are not exempt from IRS audits.
He said he will not vote to advance the nomination until he gets those assurances. Without his vote, the Senate Judiciary Committee likely lacks the numbers to advance the nomination.
The president speaking in the Oval Office yesterday in support of Blanche.
It is 7:30. So glad you're here on the Morning Current, and we have some rain perhaps coming our way.
Rain? Brooke, rain? What's that?
Yeah, a little bit of some rain is what we're going to be seeing. We are also still looking at that heat, so we are going to be seeing your temperatures warming up quickly as you head into your afternoon. Right now we do have anywhere between 80 and about 85 degrees, going to be a little bit warmer along the coastline. We're still going to get into the 90s today. We do have your temperatures expected to get into the 90s. Feeling up to about 110. So we do have a heat advisory in place for today. Going to be seeing anywhere between temperatures between 93 to about 96 at the most, but it is going to be feeling like 110 in some spots. Now, the one thing that's going to help us out is that small chance of rain. You can see, again, temperatures are quite warm, but if we do have some of those showers moving through, radar looking dry for now, we will have that chance picking up in the afternoon. Should help to bring temperatures down slightly. So as you head out and about today, temperatures are going to be heating up, getting into those 90s, anywhere between 91 and about 96 degrees, slightly lower than yesterday. You'll have an afternoon rain chance as well, so make sure you have the umbrella as you head out and about. Temperatures should still be in the upper 80s as you head into your evening.
At 7:32, we'll get a look outside. I-10 near 9 Mile Road. Traffic there moving smoothly, but we do have one crash to tell you. Has a roadblock on Pensacola, at Pensacola Boulevard and West Hannah Street. If that's part of your drive, find another way.
Temporary protected status has expired for more than 300,000 Haitians living in the United States.
That includes about 150,000 in Florida, the most in the country. After that earthquake in 2010, the Obama administration granted TPS to Haitians living in the U.S.
A Supreme Court ruling in June, however, allowed the Trump administration to end those protections on Monday. We talked to some people in our local community who have concerns that perhaps sending Haitians back home could be a death sentence for them.
Haiti's not equipped to handle what they've got, much less the people that have tried to escape by coming up here. For instance, Port-au-Prince is the capital of Haiti. Airplanes do not fly into Port-au-Prince because the gangs shoot at them. So that airport has been closed down. There is no real effective government. There's no effective police. It is a country now that is being run by gangs.
We did speak with a man named Ishmael Esterveen, an accountant who immigrated to the U.S. from Haiti in 2006. He says Haitians make up much of Florida's labor force, from senior care nurses to hospitality workers and maids, cosmetologists.
He estimates that Haitian TPS holders contribute billions of dollars each year to the U.S. economy. Now, temporary protected status also ended for 6,000 Syrians in the United States on Monday. In broad terms, people who lose this TPS and have no other lawful immigration status could become subject to removal proceedings and deportation. They could also choose to self-deport.
Let's see here. 90 people, give or take, commented on this story on our social media. Here we go. TJ says Haitians were granted TPS status in 2010. If they haven't moved towards citizenship by now, they must leave.
Crystal writes, in part, these folks are workers, mostly in the hospitality sector, doing the jobs that the same folks who want them to leave absolutely don't want to do. They've added hundreds of thousands of dollars to Florida's economy. Just because their impact is invisible doesn't mean it's not impactful.
And lastly, from Sharon, she says, I do feel bad for the people having to go back, but temporary means temporary.
The city of Pensacola now making strides, they say, in the need for affordable housing.
The city completed 12 housing rehab projects with state money in the last couple of years. One thing that makes that possible is a program called State Housing Initiatives Partnership, SHIP.
That program resulted from the William E. Sadowski Affordable Housing Act back in 1992. So SHIP allocations started coming to Pensacola back in the early 90s. The whole program aims to help low and moderate income families with affordable homeownership and repairs. It can cover up to $45,000 in assistance.
If you'd like to find out more about the program, you can find it all in our story online. Scan the QR on your screen. That'll take you straight to our story at WEARTV.com.
All right, an outbreak linked to contaminated lettuce now becoming part of an online trend. Coming up, the doctor's warning against participating in Cyclospora skinny.
And a disease that's thousands and thousands of years old is popping back up in Florida and other places. Why? We'll take a look. More in a minute. Let's worry about that.
I know, they were so cute until I saw leprosy. All right, I think we need to stop thinking about all that for 2 minutes and focus on getting going for the day. Let's take a coffee break.
Let's just do that.
We'll get it under control really fast. What started as a running joke on social media is now actually fueling some health warnings.
You got to wonder about some folks.
I don't know.
They're calling it Cyclospora skinny. It's all about the cyclosporiasis outbreak linked to the bad lettuce, okay?
Yeah, people were making jokes about it, contracting it so they could drop a few pounds. I saw one joke, it was really funny. This girl said,
What?
my PTO got denied, and then she went into the store and just ate like a raw thing of lettuce, you know, because like her PTO was denied, but maybe she'll get sick. Anyways, one doctor warned for some, the illness can be deadly.
Yeah, people risk long hospital stays by getting sick on purpose. And this is the same thing, particularly if your immune system's a little weak and so on. This stuff is not good to stay in you. Left untreated, cyclosporiasis can last for weeks or even months.
Now, doctors are warning people with big followers online to be cautious when they talk about stupid stuff like this. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that it's usually a joke, but they do say millions of followers could take even the most offhanded comment as serious, even if you're meaning to be funny.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyway.
Let's move on to something. This is
This is
a
weird.
little scary, right?
Okay, this says armadillos are a common sight in Florida. I don't know, do we have them in North Florida,
Yeah.
armadillos?
Apparently
We have a
so.
lot.
Yeah.
I see all the possums. Okay, everybody's telling me, yeah, Laura, get a clue. Okay, however, if they say if you get too close right now, these guys could take you back to biblical times and not in a good way.
Oh boy, they say they're behind a rising number of cases of, wait for it, leprosy in Florida. Unclean, all that stuff, you know?
What?
Yeah, the disease is 4,000 years old, but it's not ancient history. Leprosy infects about 200,000 people around the world today.
In the U.S., there are a few hundred cases a year. Florida does have some of the highest rates in the country with 17 cases so far this year.
Central Florida, apparently the hot spot. It can take up to 20 years to develop symptoms once you're infected.
Yeah, it affects skin and nerves, causing thick areas of skin and hair loss. You don't have to worry about only about 95% of the people are naturally immune to it. It needs prolonged exposure to spread.
And it is, in this day and age, very curable. It's
Yeah.
not like in the old days where they had the leprosy colonies. Anyway, were you in the very rare, extremely rare offing to take it, you take a bunch of antibiotics and you're not contagious after the first dose.
Now, armadillos are natural carriers for the bacteria that causes this whole thing. So they say, well, don't touch them.
Don't touch the armadillo.
Don't touch it. That's good solid
They're not
advice.
very cuddly to begin with, but other precautions: use gloves if you're working outside in soil, and wash your car if you hit an armadillo.
But
And-
don't hit
oh,
it.
yeah,
Oh.
please don't hit them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone would do it on purpose.
Well, yeah.
Let's move
can
on.
just-
Well, you never know. All of our stories, all of them, are available on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search out WEAR News, and there they are for your review at your leisure.
And stay with us, more ahead for you. The Florida Department of Health sharing some new guidance on mental health medications for children. While it is just a suggestion, the state is saying non-drug treatments may be a better option.
It's a prop. It's a phone. Simply owning one of these things, a child owning one of these things, can hurt reading skills.
Fascinating new research out of UCLA. They looked at a group of students. They were culturally and linguistically diverse 3rd and 6th graders at public schools in LA County. Here's what they found. Elementary school children who owned cell phones consistently scored lower on reading and comprehension tasks than classmates who did not own cell phones.
This was true whether they brought the phone to school or not. It is suggesting the problem isn't students being actively distracted by the phone, it's owning one in the first place.
In fact, they found virtually no difference between students who had the phones on them versus those who left them at home. The comprehension and reading was less no matter where.
All right, how about this figure? More than 80% of foods marketed for toddlers ultra-processed.
The study out of the University of Texas, they looked at 21 grocery stores across Austin, gathering information on nearly 2,800 products intended for children between 6 and 36 months.
81% ultra-processed. The experts say many parents assume food sold in the baby and toddler section meets certain nutrient standards.
But they're urging parents, instead of assuming, just be vigilant. Check those labels, check those ingredient lists for the nutrient content and the processing level.
Ultra-processed foods are associated with a number of health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and yes, obesity.
This from the Florida Department of Health. They are now encouraging doctors to consider non-drug treatments before prescribing mental health medications to children.
The state's guidance includes ADHD meds, antidepressants, anti-anxiety drugs, and mood stabilizers. The state says the guidance is not binding.
And pediatricians stress for some children, medication may still be the best option. The latest national survey of children's health found right now nearly 1 in 5 Florida children has been diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, depression, or another behavioral condition. That is about 743,000 children.
As you may know, I hail from the Bay State, Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Yeah, we don't hold it against you.
I've been here long enough.
But so you're probably very familiar with Boston. I think we can get a peek on how Boston is waking up this morning. Oh, what a beautiful shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard Boston's a lot of fun. I have a couple of friends that live there.
Oh, when you go to Freedom Trail, learn a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, fair deal. It is beautiful, and here in Northwest Florida, we're experiencing a slight change in our blisteringly hot pattern with a few raindrops, right?
Yeah, a few raindrops. It's still going to be hot, though. We do still have our heat advisory in place. Right now, we are taking that live look over our camera, taking a look at Pensacola Beach. You can see it looking quite nice out there, a lot of sunshine. We are going to be seeing those temperatures heating up pretty quickly, but we do have a rain chance in the afternoon that should help us out a little bit. Right now, things are looking lovely for that morning commute. Let's take a look at your radar because right now it's mostly dry. We do have a tiny little thunderstorm that is going to be along I-65 in Baldwin County. Very, very tiny there. And that's what we could expect going into your morning. Afternoon is where your rain chance gets a little bit more widespread. So we do have a bit of a higher chance of rain as you head into your afternoon. Starting from around noon, lasting until about 6 p.m. You'll see those showers and thunderstorms. Going into the evening, things will calm down for you, but we will still look at a higher rain chance Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's getting a little bit higher heading into the end of the week. So your weekend forecast is going to be looking like a wet one. Going to be bringing in some of that rain-cooled air, so temperatures will start to drop a little bit. You will be seeing your rain chances hanging around quite a bit for that Saturday and Sunday. So just make sure you're prepared for some wet weather as you go, especially into your Sunday morning. Now we are still under a heat advisory. It's still going to be hot today. We're starting off in the 80s, mid 80s along the coastline. Heat advisory does start at 11 a.m., goes until 7 p.m. Now it's all going to depend on where some of those thunderstorms pick up this afternoon. Could help to bring temperatures down, but right now it does look like we will still reach those triple-digit heat index values up to 110. Right now we're seeing anywhere between 81 and about 84 degrees. Highs between 93 and about 96, so it is already going to be a hot afternoon. A couple of degrees lower than yesterday. It's still going to be hot, though. We're still looking at those dangerous heat levels. You can see getting into about 110 this afternoon. By 3 p.m. we could see a little bit of that rain-cooled air, so feeling more like the low 100s. I know that's still very hot, but not quite as hot as yesterday. Still going to be looking at the triple-digit heat index values until about 5 p.m. We will be looking at that again. Heading into our Friday, we could get as high as about 105, but again, a little bit lower than what we're expecting today, and you'll still feel like the 80s and 90s through the evening. Quick look at the tropics. Things are looking nice and quiet. We're not expecting any tropical activity over your next 7 days. And as you head into your weekend, rain chances are increasing 70 to 90% as you head Friday through Sunday. That's going to kick those temperatures down a bit, upper 80s to low 90s. Still going to feel warmer with the humidity.
10 minutes before 8 o'clock, let's check traffic, shall we? See what's happening here at the interstate near Kersey Road. Traffic there moving smoothly. And so far this morning, no problems.
Who wants to be a millionaire? I know, right? Who doesn't? Well, Ben Affleck already is. So where does his prize money go when he wins the long-running game show? Because he did, and we'll find out.
Well, Ben Affleck is the latest winner of the rare top prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm finding out just now it's still on TV.
Actually, it's still on TV.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Not fair to say it was just Affleck, though. That's what all the headlines say, but he was one half of a celebrity pair. The other half was Jeopardy champion Jamie Ding.
Now, they correctly answered the 15th question on last night's episode, the million-dollar question. Here we go. In an annual Thanksgiving tradition, all but which of these names have been the names of turkeys pardoned by a U.S. president? Possible answers include peanut butter jelly, tater and tot, mac and cheese, and spaghetti and meatball.
Yeah, they used their Ask a Host lifeline, and Jimmy Kimmel delivered the correct answer.
Which, by the way, was spaghetti and meatball. The prize goes to Affleck's foundation called the Eastern Congo Initiative, which supports community-based organizations in that region impacted by war.
Yeah, Affleck's win comes 1 year after his close friend Matt Damon won, and Damon's partner, Jeopardy host and champion Ken Jennings.
You know, on the very short list of things I know I can do well, I could host a game show. It's a dream.
Yes. Maybe one of these days, Jared.
3 in the morning game show.
All right. It could come on right after the morning current.
Yeah, I'll talk to the boss about that today.
You do that.
He's always listening.
Yeah.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Good morning, and thank you, Tamara Witten. She says there are actually 2 bears. I missed the first one because I was shaking so badly.
Oh, wow.
As bears go, that's a pretty big one.
That's a big bear.
Big bear.
Yeah, the bears are busy right now. Thank you so much for the video.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, this is from Terry Bottoms. This is Fred.
Fred's a good dog.
Boy.
Fred's a supermodel. I love it.
He's got long flowing hair.
Yes, blowing in the breeze.
They're going to start the music? Yeah, they are. That can only mean one thing, Laura.
We'll be right back, everybody.
We are going to be looking at those rain chances increasing as you head into the end of the week. Going to be dealing with about a 70 to 90% chance of rain as you head into your weekend.
Is that a wrap?
I call it a wrap for today, but let's do it again tomorrow. Thank you for watching The Morning Current. Have a fantastic Thursday. We hope to see you tomorrow morning at 7.
You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. Inside food banks and pantries nationwide, neighbors lead the way, packing fresh food and dignity into every box. And when communities connect through the Feeding America network, small actions create lasting impact. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
Wow, that's an ominous picture right there. We're back with our GMA cover story and the latest on GLP-1s. We know they can help with weight loss, diabetes, addiction, and now we're learning they also help with fertility. Morgan Norwood has the story. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning to you, George. We've covered this extensively here on GMA, and these GLP-1 medications have transformed the conversation around weight loss and so much more. But for some women, the biggest surprise wasn't even the number on the scale. It was the positive pregnancy test. And now we're hearing from those new moms and why doctors believe there may be a link. They've been touted as a modern-day miracle, helping with weight loss, preventing kidney disease, and even reducing the risk of certain kinds of cancer.
What? Cody, I'm ovulating.
And now, more and more women are saying GLP-1s have helped them battle infertility.
He's here because of GLP-1s.
Molly Orr was once told she could never conceive children naturally due to her PCOS. But when she heard other women say a GLP-1 helped with their symptoms, she decided to try it out for herself. Well, 1 year later, she became pregnant.
I really didn't have my hopes up. I was just floored. A medication that not only helped me lose weight, that's really hard to do with PCOS, things that my body wouldn't do on its own.
And she's far from the only one.
And I've been on this journey for about almost 4 years now.
Areli Ruiz had her first daughter 17 years ago and dreamed of having more children. That was until her doctor diagnosed her with secondary infertility. Then she turned to a GLP-1.
8 months later, I got pregnant. And then after that, I breastfed for a little bit. And then I was like, I'm going to get on the GLP again. Got pregnant 6 months later, did it another time, got pregnant 1 month after again. So 3 GLP babies.
Areli sharing her journey on TikTok.
Started my GLP and I got pregnant.
Garnering millions of views and discovering women who had similar stories.
They're posting their babies in my comments, my GLP twins, my GLP baby. It's crazy.
It's not that these medications are fertility medications per se, but for women who have insulin resistance, once they treat the metabolic pathways that have been dysregulated because of obesity and because of insulin resistance, women can actually improve their fertility.
While experts say GLP-1s can help with fertility issues, it's a case-by-case basis, and women should consult with their own doctors for the most personalized care.
With these situations are very personal decisions that depend on a woman's medical condition, depend on the timing and the choice of medication that she's taking. And these should always, always, always be discussed with that woman's own prescribing clinician.
And so it's really important to note that some GLP-1s may have another effect here, and that's interrupting the effectiveness of oral birth control for people who are not trying to get pregnant. For example, you may have noticed the label on Mounjaro says birth control pills may not work as well. Dr. Sanders says you want to talk to your doctor to see if you need a backup option. But again, not a fertility drug, but still really remarkable to see these results.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So
Thank
happy
you,
for
Morgan.
them.
Yeah. Let's go over to Robin.
All right, there now. The Deals and Steals. Tori is here with great gear for when you're on the go. All at least 50% off. And since it's National Intern Day, Tori is enlisting 3 of our GMA interns to help us out this morning.
I know. You know what? I was an intern here 36 years ago. at 2020. So I'm so excited for the interns because of what's the opportunity and then what's ahead. So we're going to get to them in a second. But we're starting with one of the easiest ways to stay fueled up on the go, and that is with Chomps. They are best known for their delicious meat sticks and a really good source of protein. So the minimum 10 grams of protein in a stick. Minimum. If you want chicken or turkey, that's going to give you 12 grams in a stick. And also what I love most about these is 0 grams of sugar. So there's none of the bad stuff, just a good source of protein on the go. Great for the whole family. We even have their little minis that you can grab today. All of the packs from Chomps are half price.
I love the name. I love the name.
Exactly, right? All right, Luke.
Do the introductions here.
Yes, Luke. Graduated from the University of Maryland, and you told me that Limitless spoke to you.
Yes, my car's pretty old, so this would be a great opportunity. It would be a real lifesaver if my battery would ever die or anything like that, especially in the wintertime.
You're a smart guy over here. And that's because you get this jump starter, but then also if you don't have battery in the car, you can use this flashlight to charge your devices as well. So both charging up your battery as well as your devices, a flashlight that's very powerful and can signal for help if needed. This one, Luke, good choice, good day, 50% off from Limitless.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Go Terps. Go Terps. Go.
Another one to keep in your car.
Oh, I have this.
Yeah, it's so smart because if the tire goes flat and you're on the go, you got to find a gas station with a working pump. Then you got to find the quarters, digging under the seat. If you just keep this handy, you could use it in the driveway, on the go, wherever necessary. And then we've got their little mini, which Sal says this is his backyard staple for all the balls that the kids play. These are also loved by like coaches, athletes, cyclists, because this is a really good one if you're a bicyclist to be able to keep handy for your bicycle. Both options 50% off plus free shipping from Inflate IQ.
I'm telling you, it really works.
Yes,
it really works.
It's a good one to have handy. You know what else really works? Comfortable shoes. These are from Aerothotic, and they all have benefits built right in. So down at the bottom there, we've got memory foam cushion flip-flops. We've got alignment stabilizing strappy sandals too. And then every one of them has their cushioned arch support, their deep heel cups. So these are all about like ease and comfort, but also like real stability for your feet on the go. Every option, $25 to $30 with our deal.
That's a great deal.
Yes.
Hello,
all right, Paulina. Graduated from San Diego State, and you chose Solbari.
Yes, I'm obsessed about sun protection, and these are both functional and cute.
Cute. I would say that about you too. You look amazing. And you have gorgeous skin. And I feel like that is partially because you do care about sun protection. So smart. This is an Australian brand obsessed with rigorous testing in all of their products. Every one of them carries the highest amount of fabric sun protection, which is UPF 50 plus sun protection. The hat, adorable.
Stylish, very
so stylish. We've got the gloves for men and women, sleeves for men and women, hats for men and women, shirts for women, no excuse, any climate, any outdoor activity, all slashed in half.
All right, thank you, Paul.
And then finally, there she is, our Clemson girl. And you told me you like Bling Sting.
I love Bling Sting. Safety is everything to me, and it's a cute little bag charm that you can attach to any bag, and I know if I press this button, help will be here, and I have a little peace of mind.
So smart.
Good.
From the college crowd to grandparents, you got this. Then we also have their brand new cane, which is adjustable, and you see right there, there's that little alarm, all 50% off from Bling Sting.
Thank you all very much.
Thank
and
you.
we're going to get to know the interns a little bit better coming up, but we got to let them know that we partnered with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com. That QR code on the screen takes you right there. You got to get to meet the interns, but first, let's go to Ginger.
And I've got interns too, Lizzie and Terrell. Let's talk about what's happening where you go to school. And just a reminder, in meteorology here, we don't use a script, so I'm just going, go ahead.
So today in Nashville, it's going to be a high of 88, which is not too horrible for Nashville in the summer.
Okay, so near the heights of the Seven Hills in Panama City, the heat index is really, really hot, so make sure you stay cool. So it's about 110, correct?
Yes,
that sounds about correct?
Yeah, the heat indices. Look at those numbers, guys. Okay, you did a great job. Congratulations. Let's get a check now, a little closer to home.
Robin just reminded us it is National Intern Day. We are recognizing all the hardworking interns that do the job around the nation, not just our hardworking interns, but we are talking about them. Our GMA interns are in the studio this morning, and we're going to meet them. Guys, is the on-camera time as satisfying as the off-camera time that you've been putting in? All right. Let's say good morning to Constanza first. Constanza,
don't we have a learn more?
Oh, wait, no, you're right. Sorry. Let's meet our interns.
I'm Darcy, and I'm interning with Team Robin this summer. Line up!
This is a day in the life of a GMA intern.
Good morning, America. I'm Reagan. And I'm Kennedy. And we're the second hour interns. Sometimes we get to work before 6 a.m. Sometimes earlier. And we get to be a part of the audiences, too.
But being on camera is just a small part of the hard work.
We might be the guests today.
But usually we're in charge of booking them.
Hi, I'm Lizzie. I'm an intern in the booking department, and I help schedule the guests for the show.
Hi, my name's Luke. I'm also an intern in the booking department. I'd love to chat, but I have to go pick up some guests downstairs to break the set.
But here at GMA, you know every detail matters when it comes to putting together each segment, and that's where our production team steps up to the challenge.
Hi, I'm Paulina. I'm a first-hour intern. If the team needs an old interview, script, or social media video cleared, there's a good chance I'm tracking it down for our senior producers.
Hi, I'm Constanza. I'm a fellow with our Field and Series unit. I work on Nightside production, and it's currently 2 a.m.
As morning turns into night, each intern helps us make air and then keeps the conversation going with you online.
Hi, I'm Terrell Smith. I'm your GMA social intern, and I make sure your feeds are up to date on everything GMA.
Hardworking hands doing their part to help bring our show to you every morning.
Good morning, America!
There they are. How's it going so far this morning, guys? Everything all right?
Yeah, great.
All right. Anything we should be doing differently other than me remembering how to do the package? All right. Let's start with you, Constanza, because we said we were going to. That to me, when I saw the overnight, you're the overnight.
I am.
How is that? How's that working out for you?
It's really interesting. I think all the people on overnight, take it in stride. We all, get to explore the city in the daytime, which is fun. And then at night we come in and make sure everything's ready to go by the morning. And, I found it really a fun, unique shift to be on.
Who needs sleep?
Unique.
We get that. We did get that word. Thank you all for all your contributions. Darcy, line up. Southeastern Louisiana University, our alma mater. You'll be just graduating in December. You've been such a boost for our team. And what is the experience that you're going to be talking about years from now?
Oh, that is so hard to pick just one because I've had so many incredible experiences. But I think the one that I'm going to be talking about forever would be my first on-air credit with the Obama piece in my first 2 weeks that we were here.
Wow. To see your name on your
to be able to watch the interview live and then to see all the hard work pay off and have my name at the end that says intern Darcy Lorigan. It was just so crazy and so fun.
Don't you just love her southern accent? That's my girl.
Lizzie, booking is a tough job. What's been your favorite story?
I would say the first story I ever booked, which was the woman who got saved from being stuck in the mud for 2 days in the mountains, and I loved seeing it air on TV for the first time.
That's awesome.
And Kennedy, we saw in the piece that you work with our second hour team, which means that you get in before the show. Were you a morning person prior, and are you one now?
I'm becoming one. Notoriously before, absolutely not, but it's easy to wake up in the morning when this is what you wake up to. The studio is so impressive, and the team is so talented and dedicated to making the show really great. And, it's just too incredible to be tired in the morning, so the internal clock is changing. I'm becoming one.
Well, I hope that you feel our gratitude. In all sincerity, you all have been terrific. Have you had some fun, too?
Yes.
But have you had some fun? What has been fun for you during all this?
I'll say for me, I got a chance to work on a piece with Paddington because he's going on Broadway next year. So that was really amazing just to get to meet Paddington, see it like behind the scenes, and then go back and edit a video. It got a lot of views, which makes us look great. So, yeah.
How about when the Knicks came?
Oh, that was also amazing. Oh, my goodness, yeah.
And you've been to 3 Yankees games.
Wow, fun.
So this is like a promo for being an intern. Because apparently it's really good. All right, thank you guys. It's been fun. There's still hard work for you ahead today, though. Coming up, Spider-Man brand new day star Jacob Batalon is here. We'll be right back.
You're gonna love GMA tomorrow when Dan and
Hello, mic check. 1, 2, mic check.
That's good. And mic check, Jerry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, thank you.
First Warning Weather, sponsored by Pensacola State College.
Good morning. We are going to be looking at some nice weather today. We are taking a live look over our Hardee's camera. Things are looking quite calm this morning. We do have a heat advisory in place. We are going to be seeing temperatures quite warm. It's going to be in the 90s, but feeling more like 100 again today, up to about 110. Not seeing that extreme heat warning though. Temperatures right now are in the 80s. We do have anywhere between 83 and about 86. Your highs are going to get into the 90s. We are going to be looking at your conditions staying nice and calm for the most part. A little bit of some rain is what we are dealing with. A little tiny shower there. We will be watching for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms heading into your afternoon. As you head out the door, temperatures are warming up, getting into the 90s. We will be feeling like more like the triple digits heading into the afternoon.
First Warning Weather, sponsored by Pensacola State College.
Okay, not that you're on the spot because you're in the middle.
I mean, I was just saying it's a little scary.
But there's so many theories floating out there, so many since the premiere, and that. How hard is it for you not to divulge anything and be a spoiler?
You know, I think, you know, for me, I just like having a job. So I think I'll just be quiet the whole time. It's really not that hard to just like, you know, zip the lip, you know, yeah.
Well, you said you felt like, you know, this was like a setup for a judging kind of thing,
Yes,
or a
yeah.
trial.
Yes, it
So
does.
after Robin's question, give us everything.
I knew it. I knew it.
There's got to be you knew you were being set up. There's got to be something that you can tell the fans.
Yeah,
right?
I think with our movie coming out, I think one thing that fans can expect is that it's going to be a more mature, darker, a bit more serious Spider-Man, but it keeps all the heart, all the comedy. And I think people will relate to this version of Spider-Man a lot more because he is facing a lot of things on his own this time, which I feel like we all kind of deal with on our own. And I think more importantly, it's just going to highlight the idea of needing community and loved ones near you to help you accomplish things that you need. You're always going to need a village of people to finish with.
See, you did it. You made it through the trial.
I tried. That was all my hard work.
Let's let a clip tell us the rest.
See, you've stumbled across my board. I'm not one of those weirdos, I swear. He actually saved me and my friends' lives a few times in high school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and ever since I've just been trying to figure out who he is. Not to unmask him to the world or anything, just to know, you know, and to hopefully thank him face to face.
I see. So I know you've called Tom Holland your boy for life. How much do Ned and Peter's relationship on screen mirror your real life friendship with Tom?
Yeah, I mean, pretty similarly, I'd say, except for this movie where we don't remember each other.
You do remember each other.
Yes, we do. Fortunately, do. I think ever since our first meeting, we've had such a great rapport and chemistry that I think that's one of the things that John Watts, our first director on the first 3 movies, really recognized, and that kind of like just kind of carried our relationship through on screen. But luckily, he's a great guy, and luckily, I'm not that bad of a person that we can get along, and we've just grown up together. So it's been a beautiful ride.
You were really 19 when this all started?
Yeah, I had just gotten out of drama school, and I was actually auditioning for it in school. And had no idea this was going to happen. So
wow.
It's pretty crazy.
What a story.
First job. Who needs
that longevity as well.
No, lucky for sure.
So we are putting you to the test today. You were pretty good on the Spider-Man answer, but we've got Avengers Doomsday coming up.
That's a tough question. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, okay.
So tell us what you can tell us, which is probably close to nothing.
I would say absolutely nothing. Actually, I myself have, just like a lot of people who work for Marvel, just kind of don't really know because they don't trust us, which is smart because we go on shows like this. But I think for me, if it's a phone call, it's a phone call. But anything can happen. This is just my long-winded way of saying I don't know.
You can't answer this question. Were you a Marvel fan growing up?
I was, yes. I was a fan for sure. I think watching a lot of, I think really funnily enough, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was like the first superhero movie I ever watched.
Sure.
And so that full circle thing, getting to meet him and work with him as well has just been like, again, another highlight of my life, so.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's been a great ride.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spider-Man Brand New Day hits theaters everywhere tomorrow. And coming up, we have great savings on back-to-school supplies. Lori Bergamato is here with some teachers sharing their picks for the new school year.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. Inside food banks and pantries nationwide, neighbors lead the way, packing fresh food and dignity into every box. And when communities connect through the Feeding America network, small actions create lasting impact. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together, we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
When a child is fighting a critical illness, one truth touches us all. Every child deserves a childhood. A wish sparks a ripple of hope that transforms communities far and wide. And when we grant wishes together, We create a movement of kindness, strength, and unity. Yay! Become a Wishmaker today and be part of a journey that truly changes lives.
4 words.
Your child is sick.
It's 4 words no parent should ever hear.
But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference.
The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation provides programs to hospitalized kids to deliver happiness when it matters most. Learn more at starlight.org.
Welcome back to GMA. You know, we are getting hyped for tomorrow's summer concert with Grammy-winning country superstars Dan and Shay. And this morning, we have some exciting additions to our concert lineup. Paris Jackson will be here performing live on August 17th. And then on the 28th, Grammy winner and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Sheryl Crow will be with us. You know we are going to have some fun. Let's get a check now, Luke.
Good morning, America.
Now it's time for our series, Can't Miss This. Back to school season is here, and whether your kids are in grade school or they're headed off to college, you still have to stock up. Now your supplies are very different, but you still have to stock up with supplies. Our GMA Lifestyle contributor, Lori Bergamato, is here along with 4 teachers. Welcome, guys, who are all showing off their top picks for the season.
That's right, Sam. And whether you're a teacher or a parent or a student, there are so many great tools to get organized ahead of the new school year. This segment is sponsored by Target, and they're making shopping more affordable with lower prices on thousands of items, including 95% of school supply deals at or below last year's prices. Just scan that QR code on your screen to join Target Circle for free and access these amazing picks and more.
All right, if you can keep those prices steady or get them even lower, that's great. All right, first, am I right? Is this Kristen?
Yes.
That's here. Hi, I'm Sam. Very nice to meet you. Now, you teach first grade at Sunquam Elementary. What's your classroom must-have?
So I chose the seat sacks. They are perfect
for
first
graders. Oh, I see them right here. Right.
Yes.
I'm like, what? All right.
They're adorable, right? So
yeah.
When kids come into first grade, this is the first time they have a desk. So a way to keep their hands out of the desk is to keep items that we need often, like crayons, glue, in the back in their seat sacks.
Yep.
And then they're all set. I could also use it for positive reinforcement. A sticker goes a long way with a 6- and 7-year-old. So it's really great to help me in the classroom.
Lori, these are like super. And then with the stickers, and you can personalize them.
Exactly. And just as Kristen said, the seat sacks are great because you can slide them on. They have storage right there. You can see we've put some stuff in there. And then you can put their names on them. And I was telling Kristen, I have a rising first grader. I might get these seat sacks for my own home, for her desk at home. So
great
for the tip
at home.
It's so nice to meet you, and that's a great thing. Now, next, Terry. Hi.
How's it going?
How's it going? Don't give me anything to tear up, Terry, because I will. All right, so you're a kindergarten teacher through 5th grade at, is it Heathcote School?
Heathcote Elementary School.
All right, so why are these the picks that I almost
So this is my must-have in the art classroom because of the variety of mixed mediums. We have the set for the acrylic paints, the brushes, the water, and of course the canvas in the back. This is an awesome set for independent group activities, but also gallery walks. This is a great way for students to build confidence, but also showcase their amazing talents and their art skills.
I love this idea. Lori.
That's right, Terry, as we said, he's an art teacher at Heathcote, and what he loves about these as well, and what we've seen, is that they're incredible because they fold down, they're adjustable heights. So you say you teach K through 5th, right? So that's a lot of different heights.
Right,
that you're dealing with.
to adjust
so
all
he
the
can
way.
adjust them, and then for himself, and then he can fold them up, and they're portable, and it comes with the paintbrushes, the palettes, and the brushes.
Oh, that's so smart, because then you don't
item.
have to shop extra. Terry, so
That's
nice
right.
to meet you. I appreciate you, my friend. All right, now, what we got? Erica. No, wait.
Nope, this is Jen.
Hi,
I'm
Jen.
Jen.
I'm
Hi.
Sam. Jen, where do you teach, and what's your school?
I teach at 256Q in Queens.
All right, and then what's your pick?
So I chose these rolling carts because speech we need to be organized. So in here, I can pack like markers and colored pencils, paper, everything to work on their different speech goals. So I have everything handy and quick, so I can spend more time with the kids. And the great thing about it is they're color-coded drawers, so it makes it easier. Lori, what was your pick on these things?
You're stealing my line,
Oh,
Dan.
no, really?
That's exactly right. So these are great because they're lightweight, as Jen said. They wheel, right? And you can bring them around the classroom, but they also have caster locks, so you can lock them, keep them stable. They are color-coded. I actually also love these for my house because I have 3 kids, so it's a really good way. You got a lot of paper sent home to schools. So it's a really great way to keep it organized, and it looks great too.
Yeah, it really does. I like the colorful one. Jen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's nice to meet you. Finally, Erica, you're the last one. And now, if I got this right this time, you're the 7th grade English at Findlay Middle School, right?
Yes.
So this is clearly a double-sided whiteboard. What made this your pick?
This was my pick because it is double-sided. It has magnets, like it's magnetized, so I
they work too?
Yes.
Okay.
And we could divide space and create, I wrote notes. I can create space, display work, I can play review games. It's great for co-teaching. I co-teach 2 classes at work, so one teacher can do something on one side while I'm doing something on the other, and then we can switch. So I just love it. They said big ticket item, and I was all about it.
Oh, it's great.
Well, and Erica really did all my work for me. It comes with these markers, magnets, and magnetic erasers as well.
I learned so much just by hearing what you guys picked and why you picked it, all right? We love to do big things here at GMA, and we actually thank you guys for coming, but we have a special surprise for all of our teachers. You get to keep the picks that you picked, but not only that, Target is also sending each of you a $500 gift card to shop for even more items to fill up your classrooms. Thank you to our friends at Target. That is fantastic.
And Sam, this is GMA, so of course, there's even more.
What?
All teachers get 20% off their next store-wide purchase with Target Circle now through September 12th. Just scan the QR code now to shop and save. How awesome are our teachers?
That's fantastic.
And thank you to Target.
I was even surprised by all this. All right, coming up, do you hear the people singing, right? Well, you will. It's the cast of Les Mis with a special performance that's right here, coming up next.
GMA's Can't Miss This is sponsored by Target. Find the right thing so you can do your thing. It's back to school at Target.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. Inside food banks and pantries nationwide, neighbors lead the way, packing fresh food and dignity into every box. And when communities connect through the Feeding America network, small actions create lasting impact. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
When a child is fighting a critical illness, one truth touches us all. Every child deserves a childhood. A wish sparks a ripple of hope that transforms communities far and wide. And when we grant wishes together, we create a movement of kindness, strength, and unity. Become a wish maker today and be part of a journey that truly changes lives.
4 words.
Your child is sick.
It's 4 words no parent should ever hear.
But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference.
The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation provides programs to hospitalized kids to deliver happiness when it matters most. Learn more at starlight.org.
You are in for a treat. We're back now with the cast of Les Miserables. The show has captivated audiences worldwide for over 40 years, and now an epic new version, Les Miserables, the arena concert spectacular, is touring the world. They're going to perform for us, but first let's chat with cast member Christian Mark Gibbs. Thank you all so very much for being here. You've been here bright and early. Let's see now. 34 cities, 17 countries. The only North American stop is right here in New York City, an immersive new sound. Just tell us about this new performance.
Oh, well, as the title is, Les Mis, the Concert Spectacular, it is quite a spectacular show. And so we in this version, as different from the stage version, is we are highlighting the music here. And we get to come in, there are cameras, you know, there are lights, but it's big. It's 26 people in the orchestra, there's 65 people on the stage, and you can feel it in your bones from in that 6,000 seat audience. So that Radio City Music Hall is unbelievable.
Yes, it's a perfect setting for that.
Absolutely.
And is it true you're the only American in this cast?
I am.
And here it is in North America. They only stop here. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot. I did the U.S. tour before joining here, and I was over there, and I got to see them do Royal Albert Hall, which is their version of, you know, their Radio City Music Hall, right? And so to come here and come home, because I'm a New York native, I'm an American, and so I get to come home to this theater, this hall, and sing. And I saw my parents there in the audience waving. It was fantastic.
Okay, well, walk this way, because Les Miserables, the Arena Concert Spectacular, plays Radio City Music Hall through August 9th. But right now, the cast performs a special medley. Bless y'all.
On my own, pretending he's beside me, all alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me, and when I lose my way, I close my eyes, and he has found me. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are buried everywhere. The streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm burning. All my life, I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I love him. I love him. I love him, but only on my own.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in a crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see?
Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Will you give all you can give so that our banner may advance? Some will fall and some will live. Will you stand up and take your chance? The blood of the martyrs will
change begins with a neighbor. Inside food banks and pantries nationwide, neighbors lead the way, packing fresh food and dignity into every box. And when communities connect through the Feeding America network, small actions create lasting impact. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
When a child is fighting a critical illness, one truth touches us all. Every child deserves a childhood. A wish sparks a ripple of hope that transforms communities far.
No, I don't think so. Sorry, mic check, 1, 2, mic check.
It's not? Oh, there we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
First Morning Weather, sponsored by Pensacola State College.
Good morning. We are looking at a nice calm start to your day. Going to be looking lovely out there with a chance of some rain this afternoon. Now we do still have a heat advisory in place from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are expecting heat index values to get up to 110 today, so extremely hot, still dangerously hot. Our temperatures currently are in the 80s. We're seeing anywhere between 83 and about 88 degrees. It's warming up quickly out there. You can see we had a few little showers every once in a while. Rain chance hasn't quite popped up yet, but as you head into the afternoon, we will start to see a few more pop-up showers and thunderstorms. About a 50% chance of rain today, but it is still going to be hot, so prepare for the heat and a chance of rain, so have the umbrella with you. We'll still get into the 90s with, again, heat index values up to about 110. And as you head into the evening, temperatures will drop back down into the 80s. Here's a look at that week ahead. You can see we do have your temperatures staying warm today. We'll have your rain chances high through the weekend.
Good morning. Training to stop a school shooter. That's what Santa Rosa deputies are doing at Navarre High yesterday. Sheriff's Office spent the day training how to respond, moving through the halls, clearing the rooms, neutralizing a threat, also training for trauma medical response and reuniting students with their families.
And we want to be able to, make sure the parents know that their students are safe and secure when we're able to provide that information. When we have to reunify an event like that, it's going to be an off-site reunification, and that location will be made aware to the public and parents when the students are ready to be picked up.
The Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office will train again today at the new Soundside High School. We're going to take a break, and after that, we're off to New York City. We're live with Kelly and Mark.